Hey everybody, SinisterLex here, and today we are answering an Upwork question that I get all the time on YouTube. It's a really annoying question too. The question is, I'm going to try and keep this short because it annoys me too much to talk about it. The question is, I got suspended on Upwork, SinisterLex. Help me, help me. This is how it always comes across too. It always comes people on YouTube saying, help me, SinisterLex, I got suspended. And they act like it's my problem somehow, and that I'm supposed to be the one who can fix that for them. I don't know why. But the real problem here, it's your problem. I just want you to know that up front. This is a victim versus entrepreneur mentality. It's a victim versus champion mentality. It's you avoiding the problem that you have this suspended account and not wanting to go to the source, so you're looking for band-aid fixes by coming to me. So, if your account gets suspended on Upwork, it usually happens for a number of reasons. Any number of reasons which I can't tell you, only Upwork can tell you. But if your account gets suspended, it happens because of something you did, applying to too many gigs too quickly and not getting hired because you weren't creating any value, using the wrong name, failing to identify failing to verify your identity, anything like that. There's a number of reasons, and that is why you have to go back to Upwork. But I want you to know, first of all, this is your problem. It's not my problem. It is problem ownership. You have to own the problem for yourself, or else you're not going to move forward. You're never going to get unsuspended. But let's say you have this problem. You are on Upwork. You are suspended for whatever reason. Don't go crying to SinisterLex. SinisterLex is just going to tell you to go back to Upwork, scroll all the way to the bottom, and notice that there is a help box over here. I don't know why everybody doesn't know about these help boxes. I don't know why your first thought wouldn't be to go back to Upwork and start looking for a solution there. They're the ones who suspended you. SinisterLex did not suspend you. Upwork suspended you. And here I would type in account suspended, and then it's just going to populate some options. My credit card is still active. Why was my account suspended? Why was my contract suspended? What happens if my client disputes something? How does membership billing work? Access your earnings, identity verification. Look at all these, guys. Eligibility to join Upwork. Maybe you're not even eligible to join Upwork. Weekly billing cycle. There's all these things. There's all these reasons you might be getting suspended, and these are just articles that are going to help you walk through them. You have to keep in mind that Upwork is they're now working with some pretty big companies. They're working with high-level people. They are putting freelancers into contact with high-status people, and that means they want a higher level of quality from their freelancers. So they're looking for reasons to suspend people. They're looking for reasons that make people look shady or make people look like they're not doing the right thing, and if they find those, they're going to suspend you. If that help box doesn't have an article you need, if it doesn't solve your problem, which I bet it does, I bet if you check those things, you'll probably find that your problem gets solved somewhere in there. Then you can go over here to help and support, and you can search for it here. You don't need to search for it here though, because you just search for it in that box. You've got different articles and stuff here, but at the bottom of this page, you have a Get Help from Upwork. You click that box, and another box pops open. You click the Choose Your User Type and select Freelancer. Go over here under your category and subcategory, click account information because that's what you're having a problem with, and go down to account suspended. And then once you do that, it pops up a new box, and this is where you're going to have your chance to ask Upwork why your account was suspended. Hi Upwork, my account was suspended. I'm just trying to find out why my account was suspended so I can solve the problem. And then you're going to click next, and it's going to take you through whatever it does so that it sends that email. And then in a day or two, you're going to get an email back from Upwork, and they're going to tell you what the problem is, okay? This is the only way. It's the only way you can get your account unsuspended. You can, even if you fix the problem in your own account, even if you update your stuff, you verify your identity and all that stuff, you can still get suspended, or even if you are suspended and you go fix things, you're still not going to be unsuspended until you notify Upwork and they solve that, they close out the case, they unsuspend you. Here's the thing, guys. Whenever you do this, like I already said, this is problem ownership. This is your problem. It's not my problem. So you have to be the one to do this. You have to be thinking in champion questions. You have to be thinking with an entrepreneurial mind. If you can't do this, you shouldn't be on Upwork. You have to be asking questions to problem solve when a problem comes up, because if you can't help yourself, you definitely can't help clients. So the questions you have to ask are the who, what, why, when, where, how, those kinds of questions. Who can I ask for help? Who does it make sense to ask for help? Upwork, since they're the ones who have a problem with me. What can I ask them? Or what can I do to get help? When can I get help? And where can I get help? where would I need to go? Maybe to Upwork to look and see if they've got a help box or something like that. So where would I need to go? How can I solve this problem? Okay? You have to be asking these questions because this is problem ownership, and if you can't ask these questions, then you can't be a good freelancer, and therefore you shouldn't be freelancing in the first place. So you should probably just accept your fate and go look for a job. Now, that's pretty much it. You have to go back to Upwork to solve your problem. Don't come crying to SinisterLex because it's not his problem, and I'm not going to cry over you not having work on Upwork or you getting suspended or anything like that. That's not my problem. Nobody ever told me how to do this shit. Fuck, I always go back to this. Like, nobody told me how to get unsuspended. Nobody told me how to get a profile up and running and make this shit happen. Nobody. And I didn't ask anybody because I figured shit out on my own. So I just went through Upwork whenever my account's been suspended a couple times now. I went through Upwork. And one last thing that I want to mention is that you cannot come from this place of a whiny victim baby ass mindset. Woe is me. Upwork's doing this terrible thing to me. You can't have that mindset. You can't have that mindset when you talk to me because it's going to get on my nerves and I'm going to make rant videos like this. You can't have it when you message Upwork to get help because you're dealing with people. You're not dealing with robots. And when you come at people with that victim whiny ass shit, it turns them off completely and they don't want to help you. And then they're going to shut down. They're going to be like, well, this guy seems like every other freelancer who doesn't create value at all, so we're not going to help him. We're not going to unsuspend his account, and we're going to blow him off. We're going to tell him there's nothing we can do. And I have seen this happen to people who I thought should be able to get their account unsuspended, but they weren't. It was permanently suspended, and they wouldn't unsuspend it. So that's what's going to happen. You have to be the kind of person who's looking for solutions, ready to go to the source, ready to accept responsibility for whatever mistake you've made on Upwork, and then figure out how to solve that problem. And then you have to figure out if they're not going to unsuspend you, what are you going to do in that event? Like, what are you going to do if they don't unsuspend you? Are you just going to cry to the world about how Upwork was so terrible to you? Is that going to be your strategy? Because that's not a very good strategy, and it's not a money-making strategy. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. If you have problems with Upwork, if you're suspended for any reason, it is something you did. It is something that only Upwork can help you with, and you need to go back to the source, which is Upwork. That's all I've got for this one. Subscribe down below if you want to see more, and I will see you next time.